Hello, check 1, 2. Let's make sure I have audio this time. Yes, it appears to be working. So I just wanted to say hello, welcome in. I have a little shift to my plans. I had a phone call a few minutes ago. It's a traditional scam. I've been getting a lot of them, which is great. I just need to turn the camera on and start recording them. A lot of vehicle warranty from Vehicle Services Department. Anytime they use the word department as the name of a company, obviously a department is a part of a company. You don't have Ford Motor Vehicle Department, you've got Ford Motor Vehicle Company, Ford Motor Company. So when you hear somebody with a foreign accent and you say, where are you calling from? And the word department is in the name, there's no legitimate corporation using the word department in the corporate name that exists in the Registry of Trademarks and Trade Names in the United States of America. So I want you to bear that in mind. Now, secondly, at least from my researching, I couldn't find one. So that's your first alert that that is a scam. So this person called me and said they wanted to give me a refund for earlier technical support that I had paid for that was a scam. And I said I was in the car driving, can you call me back in an hour? And he said he would. So here's hoping that's what he's gonna do. We'll catch the whole thing live on speakerphone. I've got this old, well, it's a couple years old, but it was sort of a bottom of the line, cheapest thing you can build back in 2014. So he's gonna wanna connect remotely to it, and I want him to suffer and wait as the machine processes and processes. And the whole time I'm just gonna play stupid. I'm gonna play ignorant, just like they're hoping. This is the way the scam works. It works with people that are unaware or ignorant of the scam itself and how it works. So we're hoping to raise awareness on this issue. Also hoping to consume as much of the scammers' time as possible to really deter them from wanting to continue to do this for a living, for the amount of effort that they have to put in. If they have to keep putting in effort and get nothing or very little in return, it will discourage them from wanting to continue that line of work. And if we all do that, they won't be bothered anymore. They'll realize once everybody's in on the scam, they'll realize they're wasting their time and they would rather play video games, right? So the bottom line is, or whatever it is they do, right? They could play cricket. They would rather go play than work in a call center trying to do a scam that doesn't work, and they only get paid if the scam works. That's the only way they make money. So I want you to bear that in mind when you get these calls, that the best thing you can do for the community, for the world community, if you have the time, is to keep them tied up on the phone. Just ask innocent questions. Think about what your grandparents would say if it was them, and be sincere and be genuine, because you don't want them to catch on. You want to drag it out as long as possible. And then when you're tired of it, then you want to give it away, that's fine. But ultimately, they'll probably get frustrated and hang up, and that's when you've known you've done a good job. So right now, I'm just downloading updates on this box. It's been sitting on the floor of my office for some time, and if he doesn't call soon, I'll go ahead and start to make an Acronis true image of it. There's nothing on it. I can always reinstall Windows 10 really easily on this box. So either way, whether I do Acronis or I don't, the machine's on a guest network on the Wi-Fi, and that way there's no access to any other computers or devices on my network. It's isolated on the internet, so he can do whatever he wants to this machine. There's no virus they can install that's permanent. It's all just software that they're doing, so a format and a reinstall will always fix it. Also, a system restore point will also probably remedy it, but if you just want to be sure, we can scour it with restoring an Acronis true image, or just wiping and wiping the hard drive and reinstalling Windows, which we in the industry we call that nuke and pave. We nuke the whole thing and pave it back down again. So in the meantime, welcome all of my folks there in blue. We got about 293 people watching. Hopefully we can double that number before the phone call comes in, because I think this could be epic. And I expect him to call any time now, and let's just hope that they don't realize I'm making this video, because the beauty of this is, while what they're doing is illegal, me recording them and making money off of it, turning them into a star, because this scammer is going to be the star of the show, I'm the one who makes all the money from the revenue of the video. Even though the scammer is the star, the scammer is going to not be paid for his performance today. I will be paid. And that's legal. What he is doing is illegal. You got to see the beautiful karma in that, right? Just full circle, beautiful karma. He put himself there, and it's all 100% legal, and I'm able to profit from it legally, from his recording and exposing his illegal activity and putting the focus on him and making him the star of the show. I can make a lot of money. I just think that's funny. That's beautiful. And hence, when I talk about karma, this is an example of karma in work. If he calls. Yesterday I got calls from Vehicle Services Department for extending the warranty on my car. So the first time they called, it's an automated message. It says to press 1. And by the way, if you want these calls to stop, simply not answering them or pressing a number to get off the list, none of that's going to work. Yelling at them and telling them to take you off the list is not going to work. The only effective means of getting you off their list is to waste their time as much as possible so that you anger them and they remove your number from the list out of anger. That's the only way you can get off these lists. So I learned a little lesson. They called me yesterday and press 1 to talk to somebody, so I push 1. You have to do that if you want these calls to stop. And of course, person with an Indian accent or a Pakistani accent and says, what is the year, make, and model of your car that you want to do the extended warranty on? I said, oh, that's great. Yes, I'm interested in the extended warranty. I have a 1972 Chevy Nova. Click, immediately hung up on me. I said, oh, gave it away too quick. So you can't be too obvious on that, or it ruins the fun. And that doesn't discourage them too much. They might be slightly annoyed, but when you show sincere interest in what they're trying to sell you, and you ask a lot of genuine questions and tie them up for at least a half an hour to an hour, that's where the discouragement comes in. And if the majority of people they called did that to them, they would be discouraged. They wouldn't be making any money. Also, what also ends up happening is, with regards to they get trigger happy. So once everybody starts messing with them, then when they get a genuine victim on the phone and the genuine victim in any way asks any question that might be a little on the fence, they'll get hung up on, thereby saving the victim from potentially being scammed. In other words, they become a little trigger happy and they start thinking they can't tell the difference between who's scamming, who's messing with them, and who's sincere. Because if they hear something a little bit suspicious after they've just been messed with, they're very quick then to call. And so for the innocent potential victims out there, this is a saving grace for them, because even though they were sincere, the person on the other end of the phone was a little trigger happy and ended the call before they could scam them. So it's a great world service to do this. So yesterday, again, they called me again. And so what I did is I called them back, and as they answered, I dialed it again and then merged the two calls so they were talking to each other. And I just mute my phone and listen to the conversation they have amongst each other, because they don't have any idea what's happening. I did it so many times yesterday, I just dialed over and over for about 3 hours, that eventually it said the number won't go through anymore. In fact, if I try it now, I bet you I think they blocked my caller, my phone number, which is one sure way to get your number off their list. Let me just, let me try it just to see if it was temporary, because I don't know if they actually shut the number down or if they just shut it down for my phone number. I think they only shut it down for my phone number, but let me try calling it today. Yeah, these are the folks here. So let's hit speakerphone on that and see if it goes through. This is the
number you have dialed is unserviced. Please check the number and try again. Goodbye.
So that phone number, that's the scammers who are selling warranties, supposed vehicle warranties. And if you guys want to try calling it, see if it goes through. Bear in mind, if you don't block your caller ID, they will have your number. But if you're as annoying as possible, and you consume as much of their time as possible, they don't want to harass you back, because if they are, they know they're not going to make any money from you, right? Anytime taking them away from their job of hitting innocent people is time well invested as far as I'm concerned. They just happened to hit me on a day where I was just in a mood and it was making me feel better. You know, with everything going on, it's a little sad. And that got my mind off of things, and they don't realize what a great service they did for me and really elevated my mood yesterday and reminded me of, of how important it is that I do what I do and I expose these scams so that all of you can be better prepared. I don't want to see anybody become victimized by this. In general, if I ever get a phone call, ever, from a number I don't identify, that's not in my caller ID, I don't care where they say they're calling from. If they have an Indian or Pakistani accent, it's a scam every single time. Every time. I've yet to receive a legitimate phone call from a company that I was not expecting, from a number I didn't recognize. The other thing I immediately do after I end the call is I call the number back. 8 times out of 10, it says the number is not valid. Do you want to do business with a company that calls you from a spoofed caller ID phone number? So I've been getting these scam calls from places wanting to sell insurance during open enrollment, and they're calling from spoofed caller ID numbers, and you call them back, they don't work. I called one guy and I said, you're violating the Can-Spam Act and the Telephone Act of the United States. He goes, oh, one of those, huh? I suppose you want my lawyer's number. I said, yes, I would. And he read it out to me and gave me the phone number. And he goes, go ahead and give him a call. I said, don't worry, I will. Strangely, those phone calls stopped from that company. Somehow I managed to get off their list. And I never called the lawyer. I couldn't even write the number down. I was just messing with the guy. The other thing I do, if I'm too busy to talk to them, because they're interrupting my day and they're wasting my time, my sister saw me do this and she didn't understand what I was doing. I had a phone call, I saw a number I didn't recognize, I answered it, I get an automated message, press 1 to talk to somebody. I always press 1, I hit the speakerphone and I mute the phone, and then I set the phone in my cup holder and I keep driving. And I hear, hello, 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 can you hear me? And eventually they hang up. And my sister's like, well, what was the point of that? I go, yeah, we're even now. They wasted my time, I wasted theirs. 50-50, even Steven, we're good. And then she just laughed. Look, you want to keep calling me, I'll keep wasting your time. Even when I don't have time to waste your time, I always have time to hit the mute button and just let you speak to nobody until you realize there's nobody and you give up. That was a few seconds, maybe a minute or two that you weren't scamming somebody. And if enough people did that, this would stop. They would stop because they would just be wasting their time. If they make one sale, their whole day was worth it. In India and in Pakistan, making a sale of $300 is several months regular income for those people. So just one successful scam can set them up for a month. So I want you to be aware of that. And again, the main thing that you have to remember is nobody's going to call you and tell you you won a lottery or a contest. They're not going to tell you to get iTunes gift cards. There's no legitimate bill in the world you can pay with any kind of a gift card. It's never happened. It's never existed. I really hope that this information gets out to those vulnerable enough to realize that your phone can be used against you, much like if you have a gun to protect yourself. Somebody could take the gun from you and shoot you with your own gun. Your phone is a tool in the same way that a gun is, and your phone can protect you in a sense that you can call for emergency services when you need them in an instant, but your phone can also be used against you in the case of the wild amount of scams that come out from you miss jury duty, you gotta pay a fine, this is the IRS, you gotta pay a fine, we're gonna arrest you, we've kidnapped your kid, all that stuff is all BS. It's never, ever, ever legitimate, never. So please, please, don't fall for it and play along. Just go with it. Just play with it. Keep them on the line as long as possible. I'm hoping I'm going to get a call back from this guy. He said he would call me back in an hour, and I'm thinking that's about where we were. Let me check on the status of this computer. It's been doing some, well, it was doing Windows updates. It appears to be off right now. I'm not quite sure what happened here. Let's take a quick look at what's going on. Yeah, it's off for some reason. Did it go to sleep? No? Well, I guess I must have unplugged it or bumped it somehow. Let's try that again. There we go. So this computer, this is an AMD A4 5000. It's 1.5 gigahertz. It's built-in video, Windows 10 Home. It's got an OCZ Vertex 2 SSD in there, so it's got that going for it. Let me take a look now, see how we're doing over here. Turn the camera on up here. There we go. So yeah, here's hoping he'll call me back. In the meantime, I'm going to keep hitting Windows updates and get this thing updated, and if I have time, I'll run a Cronus on it. Is ignoring the phone when it rings the same? No, they just keep calling. You will always be called consistently and regularly. Oh, here we go. This is him. This is it, folks. Okay, everybody, shh. Game face, game face. Hello?
Hi, sir. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir. This is Sam, sir. I had a call you, sir.
Yes, this is about the what'd you say it was? The refund? Something about a refund?
$399, right?
Yes, yeah, $399 is what I paid for some security.
Are you front on your computer, sir?
I'm sorry?
Are you front on your computer, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so just turn on it, sir, your computer.
Okay.
So which browser are you using, sir?
What's that?
Which browser are you using?
Browser?
Yes, sir.
What's a browser?
No. Do you have a browser used on your computer?
What I use to browse the internet? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Can I listen, sir? Can I transfer your call to my bank manager? He is
I'm sorry.
your money, right?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
So can I transfer your call to my bank manager?
Your bank manager?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so just a moment, sir. Just go to the Google. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Thank you for holding this line. This is Jack Thomas. I'm senior manager over here. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
Good.
So could you please tell me, are you in front of your computer? Then
Yes.
after I will process your refund.
Okay. I'm in front of my computer, yes.
Okay, so can you just tell me what do you see right now on your computer screen?
My screensaver?
Your screensaver. So can you just tell me, do you have any browser like Google Chrome?
Oh,
Mozilla
Google Chrome.
Firefox?
Yeah, I have Google Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah, just open your Google Chrome first, and after that I will tell you what you do.
Open Google Chrome. Okay, let me...
Yep.
Stupid mouse isn't working. Hold on.
All right. Don't worry, sir. You may take your time, whatever you want.
Okay. All right, so I've got Google Chrome open.
All right. No, so you need to type in the long address bar www. Are you typing?
I'm trying to.
You can type
www.
dot. I'm going to spell it out, so listen to me very carefully and repeat with me what are you typing. C as in Charlie.
B as in barley.
No, C as in Charlie.
Oh, C as in Charlie. Charlie. Okay.
Yep. C as in boy.
T as in toy.
No, B as in boy. B as in Bravo.
I'm sorry. As in what?
B as in Bravo.
Oh,
B
Bravo.
as in
Bravo.
boy.
Bravo. Okay, got it.
Okay, and after that, T as in Tango.
T as in tango. Is that what you said?
Yeah, T as in Tango.
Okay.
Again, T as in Tango.
T as in tango.
R as in robot,
R as in robot,
dot
com.
com. Now can you just tell me what did you type?
What I typed is www, C as in Charlie, B as in Bravo, T as in Tom, T as in Tom, R as in robot.
.com.
.com.
Yeah. Now press enter key onto your keyboard.
Okay, enter.
Yeah. And after press enter key, you will get there establish support connection.
Yeah, I see that now.
Okay. Do you see there is a two boxes? First box is ask for your name, and second box is ask for support key.
Be cautious if you receive
Yeah.
unsolicited.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, sir. This is our generated website, so be aware every customer if you're getting any unsolicited call, so just ignore it. All right. So just put in the name box your name, your first name, and I will give you a support key. It's also a refund code for you. Okay.
Okay, so under my name, I just put my name?
Yeah, just put there your first name only.
My first name only, okay.
And once you put there your name, just let me know, and after that I will give you a support key.
Yeah, I put my name in.
Are you ready for the support key now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Your support key is 734.
764
No, 734.
734
And then 060.
060
And after that 097.
097. Okay.
Can you just tell me what did you type?
734 060 097.
Perfect. Now there is a continue or accept option. So go with continue or accept. So what option do you have?
I see continue.
Yeah, hit on continue.
Hit continue.
Yep. And after hit on continue, go with all positive response like yes, allow, run, launch, accept.
Oh my gosh,
save.
wait,
Go
wait,
with-
you're going way too fast. Holy smokes.
Oh, sorry, sir. I apologize for that. I will go slowly. Okay.
All right, it's
can you just
downloading
tell me-
something right now.
All right. Go with all positive response like yes, allow, run, launch. So can you just tell me what do you see right now on your computer screen?
It says click go to assist opener to begin.
Yeah. Do you see very bottom left? There is a file download. It says go to assist opener.exe.
Oh, okay, I see, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just double click on that. Just double click on that.
Okay.
Now after that, what option do you have?
It says it's initializing.
Oh, it's initializing. It will take few seconds, and after that, go with all positive response. Yes, allow, launch, accept. Go with all positive response, which you know.
How come I have to like keep telling it a positive response? How come one time isn't enough?
All right. Sorry, sir.
Why is that?
Because, sir, I think because every time occur onto your computer positive or negative response. So that's why I'm saying to you, I remember to you, go with all positive response.
Okay, but like normally when I see if it's asking me numerous times, it's usually something dangerous. That's why it's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're sure? Are you sure you're sure you're sure? So that's why I'm a little like worried now, because if I have to say, how many times do I have to say yes?
Don't worry, sir. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
If you realize I'm doing something wrong with you, with your computer, you
I don't
can
know.
just-
I mean, I okay. I just when my computer does that, you know, when it asks me, it's like when I delete a file, it asks me if I'm sure. It doesn't just, you know what I mean? And if it's in a system like an important file, I guess it like won't even let me do it, or it like.
All right, sir.
All right. So something came up here. It says
Click
your
on yes.
Tom
click on
Davis has invited
Yeah,
you
it's
to.
me. Yeah, it's me.
Okay, can I-
So just click on yes.
Okay.
All right. Finally, sir, you have done a great job, and your computer is connected to our secure banking server. so don't touch it. And my banking server just verifying to you, you are the right person or not. If we have a refund money, so just give me a moment. Let me give the command to my server to verify to you, and my banking server just tell you how you can get back your money.
Okay,
Okay. So
great.
just cooperate with my banking server. Okay.
Thank you.
Just give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, my banking server just doing work on your computer. It's just verifying to you. So just give me a moment.
Okay.
So cooperate with my banking server. It's asking some information from your side, like your name, your email address, your billing address, your zip code, or your refund amount, or your best contact number, something like that. Please cooperate with that. Are you touching to your computer? Because my server is fluctuating.
Yeah, I see that too. Somebody's just typing on my screen, I guess.
My banking server just verifying to you.
Okay.
My banking server just asking to you some information. So please go ahead and cooperate with that.
Okay.
Just if I tell you, you need to go ahead and type, just type there. Now, sir, go ahead and type from your side.
Okay.
Your whole name, your whole billing address with zip code, and your best contact number and your refund amount. I think you are going too wrong. You need to type column by column.
Yes.
Row by row.
Mm-hmm.
You need to type in front of name, your name, in front of your phone number,
Yeah.
your phone number.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, you can go ahead. Now, have you done or not yet?
Oh, nothing I typed went in there.
Okay. Just go ahead and fulfill all of the information by on, and after that, my banking server just verify to you.
Okay. My
All right,
address.
sir. Okay, have you done? All right.
Oh,
just
you
leave it.
need the. Sorry, it's hard to talk to you and do this at the same time.
Okay, just go ahead and fulfill all of the information.
Hello. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
All right, sir. You type your name, your refund amount, your email address, and your best. All right, leave as it is. My banking server just verifying to you. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Let me give the command to my server.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Now my banking server just verified to you. You are the right person who have a refund amount. So let me process to your refund, and I'm giving you command to my banking server, and my banking server just connect to you my banking manager, because my banking manager only one who can refund your amount. So
Okay.
my banking server just try to connect to you banking manager. All right.
Okay.
So just bear with me. I really appreciate your patience, sir.
Thank you.
Just give me a moment.
Sure.
Or mostly, sir, which purpose do you use this computer? Like for personal use, like for official use?
Yes.
which purpose do you use this?
All of the above. It's everything.
All of
It's the
these.
only one I have.
Alright. And how many users in this computer are part of you?
Just me.
Just you are on the single user who can use it.
Yes.
All right. And how old this computer, if you don't mind?
Oh, I think it's like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah.
So let you almost turn to connect to my banking manager. I really appreciate your patience, and I think you are good in operate your computer. I think you know very well about the computer. You have much knowledge about the computer. My banking server just connect you my banking manager. Just you just one step away from my banking manager.
Okay.
Now you have successfully connect to my banking manager. You may hang up this call from your side, and my banking manager just get you within 5 minutes. You may hang up this call from your side.
Are they gonna call me back or?
Yeah, my banking manager will call you back just within 5 minutes.
Oh.
And till that time, don't touch your computer. Okay?
Oh, don't touch it.
Revisit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, sir.
thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice and wonderful day ahead.
Thank you. You too.
And nice to talk to you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How long was that? How long did I keep him? Half an hour? 20 minutes? Nice. So yes, I gave him the address and phone number to the non-emergency phone number to the Glendale Police Department here in Glendale, Arizona. And that way they can add that to their database. The address was also the address to the Glendale Police Department. The name and email address I made up. So to melving@gmail, I apologize. I'm going to get a nasty note from Melvin G. But what we're doing here is we're watching how they're working. So pay very close attention to what they're doing to this computer. I want you to remember that this computer is what we call a honeypot. It is not in any way connected to any of my other devices in my house. It is isolated using a guest Wi-Fi. And the other reason I'm using the Wi-Fi is to slow the connection down. I want this guy to have to wait a little bit. He needs to see progress. If he doesn't see any progress, he'll get frustrated and hang up. So you've got to delay them just enough. That's why I didn't have them repeat every single letter, or it's very quick for them to catch on. I believe the reason they transferred me out is I sincerely was having a very difficult time understanding the first person, and I think they recognize that and transfer the call in order to save their own sanity from having to consistently repeat themselves. But when I was asking, I was genuinely asking because I couldn't figure out what he was saying. The second guy spoke much clearer English. You'll see that they use American names, and it's just fascinating to watch how they work and watch what they're going to do to this computer. Again, there's nothing that they can do to the machine that I can't undo. I wouldn't recommend you do this yourself, unless of course you've just made an image of your computer and you're willing to share whatever data you've got on your machine. This machine has no data on it. It's more or less a clean install with Windows updates and drivers. Usually tech support reps can look into that and be suspicious that there's no other programs or applications or data on the machine. He hasn't even dug in that far yet. He's one of the downsides of trying to work quickly is he's going to spend a lot more time now as a result that he didn't check the computer for looking like it was just freshly formatted, because that would have taken a few moments of his time. So instead, he's rushing it through and going through his whole process when he could have easily determined that this was not a normal everyday use computer. It's too empty. It doesn't make any sense how somebody can say they use a computer every day. It's the only computer they have, and yet it's strangely devoid of applications and data. So he hasn't gotten that far yet. So let's let him take his time. They said they're going to call me back in 5 minutes. We'll see if that happens. Now, with regards to using a virtual machine, if you use a virtual machine and you go to your network properties, you will see a virtual network adapter. So any scammer worth his weight in salt could easily go into your control panel and determine you're running a virtual machine. It's very easily detectable. So what I'm doing is I'm running a video capture out of this computer, which has no software involved, and the scam artist has no idea that his audio and video were being completely recorded. So, you know, let's give him a big hand. You know, he's doing a great job. His performance is spot on. A lot of people talk about my performance. They say, Car-ey, you're so convincing when you do this. You're like an actor. No, no, no. Let's be clear. Pay attention to the performance of the criminal on the other end of the phone. Your attention doesn't need to be on my performance. Your attention needs to be on their performance. You understand? I want you to comprehend firsthand the way that they work. When I was questioning things, he told me, don't worry, just click yes, just push it along. Push, 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 go, go, go. Don't slow down and think about it. Just do what I tell you to do. The minute I expose any sort of thinking, he would shut it down immediately because he didn't have an answer, quite frankly. And if you want to argue with them about it, they'll just hang up on you and that'll be the end of the call. So to string them along as long as possible, that's the kicker. So in any event, right now, the number that I have called him from has just been entered into Notepad. I don't want any of you thinking that's my phone number. But in the meantime, for today, it's my number for today anyway. Let's just put it to you that way. Let's see what happens when I get the call back, what he's going to do. But it's just fascinating to me that the scam continues and that the public hasn't. It's been going on 10 years now, about 10 years. It's gotten worse than the last 5 or 6 years. You know, I made my original Scamming the Scammers video a couple of years ago, and it's nearing 1 million views. So here comes what is going to be another scammer. Hello?
Good afternoon. Am I talking to Mr. Malvin Green?
Yes.
Mr. Malvin, this is Stephen. I'm the billing manager over the floor. So you had a conversation regarding refund last time.
Yes.
Exactly. So first of all, I'm just going to confirm your few details of yours. So just let me know whether it is correct or not. Okay? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So your name is Malvin Green,
Yes.
and your phone number is the previous one 623-930-3000.
Yeah, that's my work number.
And the next number is 605-279-723.
That's
Right
my
now,
cell
you're
phone.
dialing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And your email ID is malvin@gmail.com with the address 6835 and 57 Floride, Glendale, Hazard, with the zip code 85301.
This is correct.
Correct?
Yes.
Exactly. So just hold for a moment.
Okay.
And can you just confirm me the refund amount from your end, sir?
$399.
Exactly. It's matching to our database. For the conversation, I need that. Just give me a moment. So do one thing, just minimize each and every page and back to the normal desktop screen first.
I couldn't quite hear you there.
I'm saying that you are at the home screen.
I heard something about a screen.
Yes. I'm saying that just go back to the normal desktop home screen.
Aren't you guys controlling the computer?
No. I'm just saying that just minimize each and every page and back to the normal desktop screen first.
Okay.
And
I mean,
once
that's
you
where it
will be
is,
done,
yeah.
just let me-
Yeah.
Once you will be done, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, please give me a moment.
They might have just tried calling the number. I don't know. I don't know what happened just there, or why he wanted me to go back to my regular desktop. That was a bit of a puzzle too. So yeah, the address is to the Glendale Police Department, as is the phone number. And I suspect he tried calling it and realized what was going on. That would be my best guess. I did tell him it was my work. I didn't tell him what I did for a living, and he didn't ask. We'll see if they call back or if they take control of this computer. We'll keep watching it to see what happens. And then, I don't know if you guys tried calling the other number to the Vehicle Services Department, if that didn't go through for you guys, or if it did anybody try calling it? And I don't know this number that he just called me from. Let's try calling it back. It's probably a spoofed or faked caller ID. I don't think it's a real number. But let me just call it back because, hey, we lost the call. It's a natural thing you would do anyway. Let's go back to, let's see, recent calls. There we go. It rings.
Hello?
Hi, I guess I just got disconnected.
Yeah, you got disconnected.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were processing a refund?
Yeah. Is your computer on?
It is on, yes.
Open up the team viewer.
I'm sorry, open up what?
Open up the team viewer.
I don't know what that is.
You can see on the desktop screen there is a team viewer icon.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have that before. I see it now. Okay. You want me to click on that?
Yeah, click on that.
Okay.
And after that, you will see there is your ID over there and the password on that page.
You want my ID and password?
Can you just confirm me?
I can barely hear you.
Yes, sir. Can you confirm me the ID?
You want my ID? It's 112953269.
Just give me a moment, sir.
Okay.
We are having some problem. Just give me a moment. Just give me 2 minutes of your time.
What's that?
Just give me 2 minutes of your time because
Okay.
we are having some problem right now in my server.
Oh.
Just give me a moment.
Okay. So the reason he's having problems is I transversed the last two numbers on purpose. So if he reads the number back to me, I'm going to blame him that that's not what I said, that he typed it wrong. Because I know what I did. He has no idea what I did. I've muted him right now, so he can't hear. He can't hear me right now. I've got mute on the phone right there. That's the number if you guys want to call and play along. But remember, they are going to have your number, so you can use like Google Voice, things like that to, have a temporary number that you can then release when you're done with it. You just feel sorry for the next person who gets it, maybe. But so he's trying to connect. Oh, he figured it out. Look at this. Somehow they were able to connect. Isn't that fascinating? Well, let's watch him and let's see what he does. So even though I gave him the number incorrectly, he was still able to figure it out somehow, some way. And I'm going to just keep him on mute until I hear him speak again. And now he's minimized it, and we'll just keep an eye on what he's doing here. Isn't that interesting? I transversed the last two numbers And that didn't slow him down one bit. Let's see where he goes. I'm going to remove my camera from the upper right corner because I want to see everything that he's going to do. But you'll still hear me okay. He can't see that, by the way. That's all being fed into the capture card. Only you guys can see that. And not sure why he's brought up TeamViewer again or what he's doing there, but we'll just watch and learn what the process is. Watch and learn what they do and how they do it, so you understand better how the scam works. Now, why he's creating another connection within a connection.
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Yeah, are you there?
Yes.
All right. So can you just confirm me? It's 11. Can you just confirm me the ID? 11?
You want me to type 11?
No. What is the ID? Can you see that? There is your ID over there. Just confirm me the ID.
Aren't you connected? Somebody's in my computer right now. That's not you?
Yeah, it's our colleague. So they are trying to check you. Like they're connected with you right now.
Yeah. So I guess.
Our server
So now it's connecting to them.
No, we are just going to connect with you right now from our server right now. So you can see there is a TeamViewer page on your computer screen.
You know what? I can barely hear you. Can you move the microphone a little closer to your mouth or something? Because it's very hard to hear you. You're very quiet.
Can you hear me now?
That's a little better. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir. So you can see there is a. Yeah, I'm just going to connect it with you. Just give me a moment.
Okay. So because he can't see his password, I'm pressing a key on my keyboard when he finishes entering the password so that if he enters it wrong a certain number of times, I think TeamViewer will block him out. So right when he gets to that fourth one, I add a fifth one, and he doesn't notice it, and he's hitting log on, and of course it's going to fail every time. So I'm watching him very carefully. I don't know how many attempts TeamViewer, oh, he went from log me on the TeamViewer. I don't know how many attempts he's going to be allowed before it fails. So we'll just keep an eye on it here, but it should block him. See, he's confused. He doesn't understand what's happening right now. He keeps entering the password and he fails to notice that I'm pressing a key at the very end. And now it should be blocking him because right there at the bottom of the screen it says connection blocked because of multiple failed logins. You can try again in 11 seconds. That's unfortunate that they don't give us more time than that, but it's fun to play with them anyway. That's hilarious. I just did it again. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. He has no idea what's going on. 1, 2, 3. He's going to think he's got a bad keyboard. Wait. She's waiting for it to happen, and I'm not going to do it now because he's expecting it. Just steady on. Steady on. Here we go. Phone's on mute still. He's waiting for that mystery ghost key to show up. I'm not giving it to him. Make him wait. He's got 2 more keys to press. He's got a 4-digit code he's trying to enter. 1, 2. Come on, buddy. Awesome. That's awesome. That's the one good thing about TeamViewer is they are limited to how much time they can use the free version. So what he's doing is he's using LogMeIn.
Yeah, hello?
Yes?
Hello?
Yes?
Actually, sir, having problem right now, so can you just confirm me your ID? There is your ID on the desktop screen.
Yeah, the one you're looking at right there?
Yeah, the left hand side you can see there is your ID and
Yeah.
the password.
Well, I can't see it now. It's kind of being covered up.
All right, just give me a moment.
Okay.
Yes.
So once again, I've muted him, and I'm still, even when he's talking to me, I'm still hitting that key. So he thinks he's got like a ghosting key. He thinks it's on his end, or he's suspicious that I'm messing with him. So I can't.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, at the right hand side, you will find there is your partner ID. Could you see that?
Aren't you in the machine? Somebody's in my machine right now, and they're covering up the ID. I can't see it.
All right, just give me a moment. Problem because there is a lot of problem in my servers going on right now.
Well, that's scary. If you're the guys that fix them and you're having your problems, who do you guys call? You want me to remote in and fix it for you for $399?
So much. No, it's a machine, sir, machine.
Murphy's Law, right?
Also, because from the last 1 day we are having a problem. For that.
I know what that feels like. That's what got us on the phone to begin with. Right? These computers, man, it's all Microsoft's fault. It darn Bill Gates and all of his billions of dollars, and guys like you and me have to sit here and spend our time fixing his sloppy work while he goes to the bank and counts his money all day, right? Yeah, that guy.
Can you just open your TeamViewer page?
I can barely hear you again.
I'm saying that. Can you just in the TeamViewer page?
You want my ID again?
No. I'm just going to provide you my ID because we are having some problem, so we are going to finish the ID.
You said again, it's so hard to hear you. You said you're going to provide me with your ID? You want me to connect to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see there is a right hand side, there is a partner ID. Could you see that?
I gotta, hold on, there's something on my screen. Connect to an IT expert instantly. IT fix 20, I guess you don't want that. All right, so back at the TeamViewer program.
Yeah.
And it's so partner ID says, is that the 108 4786 741? That's the one?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Click on connect to partner.
Click connect to partner, and then what? Okay. It wants a password.
Password is 5025.
5025, is that what you said?
Yes.
5025. Okay, and then
Click on log on.
log on. Okay.
Yeah. And at the top, you will find there is a option like action, view, communicate.
I'm gonna find what?
You can find there is a option over there, action, view, communicate.
Actions.
Yeah, click on action,
Okay.
and that just below that you will find there is a switch right with partner.
Let's see that.
You will see there is a once you click on access, you will find there is a switch site with partner.
It looks like it just canceled me.
No, you
Are you looking at something? Because I'm not looking at. Is that you or is that me? Who's doing that?
Oh my. Just
Is that you doing that?
no, sir. You are using.
Is somebody?
You are using.
I'm sorry?
You are using the computer?
I'm not using it. That's not me. That's you, right?
No. Because I told you there's some problem on that. So that's the reason.
Right, but what are you doing on the computer? Because I can't do this while you're doing it.
You can see at the top, sir, there is an action view.
Oh, there it is. I think I got it. Okay. Do you have it now?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Give me a moment.
So any of you guys that have TeamViewer installed could enter his ID and his password right now, and it will get you in. And maybe that's what somebody did. Some of you were pretty sharp out there. And I'm just going with it. I'm just playing, right? So I don't know if he was doing it. I don't know if one of you guys, if it was one of you guys, bravo, that's thinking on your feet. So we've kept him on the phone now. We're going on almost an hour, right? I started, maybe I yabbered on for about 10 minutes before he called. Yes, I'm still here.
Hello. Yeah, do one thing, sir. Just close the TeamViewer. Close that TeamViewer.
I'm sorry?
Close that TeamViewer.
Close TeamViewer?
Yes, close it down.
Close TeamViewer. Okay. How do I do that? What do I do? Just hit the X here? Okay.
So close, there is option like anything.
Okay,
Close
it's all closed.
It's not closed, right?
It's not closed?
It's not closed. No.
Do you want me to shut the computer off?
No need to shut it.
So maybe some of you guys are messing with him because he's thinking my TeamViewer is still open, but it isn't. And I think, you know, if you guys get TeamViewer for free and put his ID and password in there, that password I think is good until he reboots. And the way TeamViewer works is it'll create a new 4-digit password every reboot. So for right now, if you guys want to log into his machine using your TeamViewer, feel free to do so. There's no legal ramifications. He's a criminal who just hasn't been arrested yet. Speaking of which, Microsoft just the other day arrested, I believe, 11 people in this exact scam in a suburb of New Delhi. And
Do one thing, just switch off the computer. Switch off the computer.
Turn the computer off?
Yeah, turn it off.
Okay, let's see. Go to start and shut down. Do I want to restart or shut down?
We're just going to restart the computer.
Restart it?
Yeah, restart.
Okay, it's restarting now. So we're gonna humor him. Again, you've got to keep him on the hook. You've got to maintain that sincerity. And it's okay to joke a little bit, like me offering to charge him to fix his problem, because that's something a real customer does. It's not that uncommon. But if you keep pushing that, if you push it too far, then you reveal that you're not sincere and you'll end the call. Remember, the more time we invest with him today, the more discouraged he will be to make the next phone call. And in the back of his mind, he'll never know if the person that he's talking to is sincere or not. Right? You understand? Because I'm going to save it to the very end. I'm going to make him work until I feel like I can't go any further. And then I'll expose to him that it's a scam. And I'll do it one of two ways. Either I'll just blatantly tell him I'm messing with him, or I'll do something so outrageous that he'll figure it out and get upset and hang up. And that sets a seed in his mind that will forever be there, at least for quite a while, that when he talks to other potential victims, in the back of his mind, he'll wonder, is he talking to another one of me, Or does he have a real fish on the line, you know? Fish, I mean that in both P-H-I-S and F-H-I-S-H. Okay. I think he hung up on me. Let's call him back.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we just got disconnected.
So are you smart? Do you think that you're smart?
No, why?
Do you think that you're smart?
No. Do you think, well, I don't understand.
So I'm just going to fuck you off.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to fuck you off.
Okay. When? Will you buy me dinner first?
Do you have daughter?
Yes. She said she wants you.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she's gonna, yeah, she wants you badly.
She wants you?
Yeah, she's
badly, right?
4 years old. I heard you like those kind of girls. She's just your age.
Okay.
She's got your mentality. You think you guys will get along great. Maybe you can try and fit square pegs into round holes and stuff. Should keep you entertained for hours.
Where is your wife? Where is your wife?
I'm gay, but you sound like you're a very attractive man. Have you ever thought about being with another man? I mean, I know you have, but I mean, have you ever admitted it? Are you a top or a bottom?
You fucking asshole.
Well, that's what they're made for.
You motherfucker.
Well, again, we wouldn't be here if people didn't do that to our mothers. Neither one of us would exist. I don't know how that's an insult, but thank you. I honestly thought you were a jerk, but now that you're speaking like this, I feel kind of bad because you're actually a really nice guy. You say complimentary things in spite of, you know, being exposed, and yet you show the humanity that's on. Oh, shoot. It was getting good. Maybe I didn't mute it that last time and he heard me. Either way, I'm okay with it. Let's keep calling him back. You need his team viewer info. You just rewind the video. It's a live video. Just rewind it.
The person you are calling is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah, I guess we got disconnected. If you can give me a call back, because I'm wanting that refund, you know, from the support that you guys talked about, and I guess you guys are having some technical problems over there. So when you get that figured out, please give me a call.
Call rejected. Call rejected. Call rejected.
Oh, well, that was fun though, wasn't it? And I don't think he did anything to the computer, unfortunately. It seems everything's fine. Anybody notice anything other than TeamViewer or Log Me In? It doesn't seem like they did anything. So, not quite sure what the goal was there, but anyway, you know, an hour's an hour, I'll take it. It's better than hanging up on them or yelling at them, because that doesn't accomplish anything. This actually gets something accomplished. This is really disparaging and discouraging. That's an hour of his day. How many people can he scam in an hour? You know, potentially, I think he could scam 3 to 4 people in an hour. So there's 3 or 4 people less, or at least postponed. And, you know, this is a ticking time bomb in the sense that nobody lives forever. And every minute we spend on this earth is 1 minute less we have. So no matter what happens, whether the company gets shut down by law enforcement, whether he sees the light and changes his career, he's closer to that now, in either case, than he was when we started an hour ago. That's how you get yourself off these lists, honestly. They won't call me back. Now, another scam artist, unrelated to those scam artists, will call me back. But those scam artists, I can assure you, they're not going to be calling me. And I guess that's the lesson to be learned here. And watch the techniques they use, be aware of the language they use, and notice when they're exposed that the foul language starts, which no employee of any legitimate company would be allowed to do. They would lose their jobs immediately. Because remember, any company phone call is going to be recorded for quality assurance purposes. These phone calls aren't recorded because there would be basically incriminating evidence against themselves. That's why there's no legal ramifications for you to mess with them. Even though it is illegal to threaten somebody over the phone, you could do that without any legal ramifications whatsoever. You can say you're going to blow their building up. You could say you're going to murder them and chop them into small pieces. Now, ordinarily, that's illegal to do over the telephone in the United States. But because you're actually not on the telephone, you're using a VoIP service, which is using temporary phone numbers that they've assigned to make a scam appear legitimate. There's no retaliation possible without exposing who they are. It's like stealing drugs from a drug dealer. It's illegal to steal, but what's the drug dealer going to do? Call the cops and say, hey, this guy stole my cocaine? He'd be pretty stupid if he did. And there have been people who have done that. And as I was mentioning, Microsoft recently shut down, it was either 11 call centers or it was 11 employees. If you Google that, it's in the news, like it just came out in the news within the last 2 days, I want to say. And with that, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If somebody, I'd like to keep it going. I don't have any other number. What's great is that they called me. So when they call me, they're not expecting for that to happen. You understand? They are, when you call them, they're a little more skeptical. They're a little more, unsure. They're more quick to pull the trigger to hang up. But when they call you, the last thing they expect is for something like this to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this video as it is for other people to watch it later. And I'm going to restart the stream and we're going to continue on with the stream. But I want this video to stand on its own without it going 4 hours long. So people will be encouraged to hopefully watch it. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you'll stick around. I'm back in 5 minutes. Thank you for watching. Stay alert. Don't give out any private information to people you don't know. Don't buy any gift cards to make any payments. And finally, if you see a number that you don't recognize, choosing to ignore it only encourages them to keep calling you back. If you have the time, even if you do nothing else, press 1 to speak to somebody, hit mute and ignore them. Put it on speakerphone and enjoy them talking to themselves. Or sometimes what I like to do is if I have a working number, as I call it back, and as it calls back, my cell phone, and your cell phone will do this too, lets you make another phone call, and as soon as that call initiates, you can then merge the 2 calls together and mute your phone. And those 2 people can say, thank you for calling so-and-so, and they'll say, oh, well, no, I'm so-and-so. Well, I'm so, and then amuse yourself. Eventually, when you do that often enough, they get so irritated, they will stop calling you. And that is the absolute only way that I know for a fact that will stop these calls. However, bear in mind there are numerous scam artists, and you'll have to do this for each one to get off the ones that are doing the IRS scam, and the ones that are doing the kidnapping scam, and the ones that are doing the password scam, and this, that, and the other. So just have fun with it. The more they get irritated, the more you should laugh. The angrier he got at the end, the more I intentionally misinterpreted his actions just to frustrate him further, because it's not what people expect. When people punch you, they expect to get punched back. They don't expect you to laugh at them and go, is that your punch? My sister hits harder than that. They don't expect that, and it angers them. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it educational. I'm going to restart the stream here in a moment. I hope I see you back, as Chuck Woolley would say, in 2 and 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.